What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to talk about Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 17. Real quick before I review the episode, I just kind of want to mention and kind of address that I haven't done Toriko in a couple of weeks. I just haven't felt like talking about the series, plus my views for Toriko aren't the greatest, so it's not a huge loss. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop reviewing it, it just means that I haven't felt like talking about it. Not that the chapters were bad, well, I do have a couple of pretty big problems with the newest chapter, personal problems for me, which I could go into and some of you guys wouldn't mind, but people who clicked on this video for Jojo will mind, so I'm going to go straight to Jojo, but I just wanted to tell you guys that I will continue to review Toriko. I just haven't felt like talking about it for the last couple of weeks, but next week probably for sure. Anyways, or just some kind of like discussion on like the last few chapters, whatever, but probably next week when the next chapter comes out. But anyways, Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. This episode is probably one of, if not the best episode of Diamond is Unbreakable. It's absolutely fantastic. When you're talking about the atmosphere, the tone, the characterization, the story progression, everything about this episode was absolutely on point and phenomenal. Just the little details, like I guess I'll start off with the tone and atmosphere. This location that we spend most of the episode in is really cool. The use of CGI on the alleyways, as though it kind of gives it this, not this otherworldly or unsettling feeling, but it makes you feel like it's a different location. Like there's something about this place that's off. It was really good use of CGI on the alleyways when they're running through them in POV or when they're just kind of walking and you just sort of see, you could kind of just tell that it's a little different, and that was really good use of CG, so Berserk, take notes, I guess. I don't know, but other than that, the color palette was really good. I like that the sky was like purple instead of the usual yellow. I mean, I don't know if the sky changes colors too much. I know it's yellow most of the time, and I don't really... I pay attention to the background colors, but I don't really notice the sky too much. It's usually yellow. It was purple when they were in this world, which I thought was really, really cool. And yeah, Rohan and Koichi interacting, the characterization there was good. A little bit more. We learn a little bit more about Rohan. I mean, I've said before in my other review too, he's not a horrible person. He's not a good person. It's like Koichi said, he's pretty gray and not trustworthy, but still, he's I can't even say a good guy. He's like a decent, like, he's not even a decent human being. He's fucking Rohan. I don't know, it's like Koichi said, he's like in the gray area, but he was definitely entertaining. The scene where he kept reading way too many personal facts about the girl was very funny. And yeah, he was just overall cool, and I liked seeing him investigate everything, and then we find out by the end of the episode that he actually knew this girl, he just didn't remember because he was so young. And yeah, it was just really cool. It was a really, really cool reveal at the end of the episode, and I forgot about that from the manga, so yeah, it was a really good reveal at the end. I love that he can use Heaven's Door now. Like, he draws in the air so fast that he, like, creates the image of his stand. He doesn't even need to show you the manuscript. It's even more hacked than he already was. But anyways, that's his characterization. Koichi, not too much in terms of characterization, not that it was needed. He's practically he has enough characterization. He's practically the fucking main character, literally half the time. He's literally, what is it, the deuteragonist? I forget the term. But him and Josuke pretty much share the main character spot, and that's not a bad thing, but it is interesting. However, the rest of the episode, moving on from characterization, we find out that this girl was murdered by this guy. He's still committing murders in the town. We see him at the end of the episode, which is really cool. I wasn't sure if they were going to show that, but they did. This was one of those episodes, it reminds me of the very first episode of Jojo, where it was tightly paced, tightly written. It had just enough material in it to just be a fantastic episode on its own. Where it's just like, are you interested in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Just watch the first episode. Boom. If you want to kind of see what the series is like later on down the road, watch episode 17 of part 4. It'd be spoilers, of course, but it would get you interested. It would get you hooked. At least I think it would, because this was a phenomenal episode of the series. So I talked about the animation and the atmosphere and everything. I talked about the characterization, story progression. We have a new main villain, a new arc, you could say, is beginning. And yeah, overall, just fantastic. Just so good. This episode, so fucking good. The way they tie everything at the end, and just the hands at the end and the animation on the hands when they start grabbing Koichi and the way they tricked him is just... The whole scene when they're leaving and you have the shadows just creeping up behind them is just... the whole episode, just everything about this episode was well directed, well paced, atmosphere, tone, animation, characterization, story progression. Just this episode, gonna do it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, episode 17 is getting the highest rating I can give, and that is an 11 out of 10. It may surprise some of you guys, possibly, but I honestly thought this episode was fantastic. From all the technical standpoints it could have, and just from an entertainment perspective, I thought they did a wonderful job on this episode. And next week starts, at least from what I remember from the manga, one of my least favorite arcs, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And it's going to be a two-parter, which I know that makes sense because of how long it is, but I wish it wasn't. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be better in the anime. I'm definitely liking Rohan a lot more in the anime than the manga. I didn't dislike him, but I was just kind of like, he's fine. But in the anime, I'm liking him more for some reason. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode. So, what did you guys think of this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? You can tell me in the comments section below. You can also follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.